The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey everybody, this is Jason Potash. I want to thank you for taking the time to spend some time with us tonight. And I'm excited about our guest speaker tonight, Ty Cohen. As you know, I'm all about setting up little automated free traffic and lead magnets. Not one of these, having dozens of them set up that are constantly funneling in traffic, leads, and sales into your business. But I got to tell you that every other traffic source I've used since I've been online since like the year 2000 does not pay you to build your subscriber list, but Amazon Kindle does. And the traffic you get is free too. Of course, Amazon only takes a cut once you actually make the sale. If only Google AdWords did that, we'd all be happy campers, right? But unfortunately they don't. And I have a history with Amazon Kindle as well. I have 3 Kindle books that I put out, and I got to tell you, after speaking with Ty and seeing what he's doing with his Kindle books, I realized I need to step my game up and make some changes pretty fast. Ty has figured this stuff out. He's got a process. He's been doing this for a long time, constantly tweaking it. He's going to show you that formula tonight and how you can get ramped up and get rolling and set up your own automated little flips, as he calls them, utilizing Amazon Kindle books. And once I talked to Ty, he made me realize that what I've been doing with my business, that I've just been kind of hobbling along trying to figure things out on my own, there's a lot of room for improvement. I'm really just scratching the surface. And with my Kindle books, I'm making passive income every month. I get the automated deposits, electronically send into my account. I'm doing nothing. I'm embarrassed to admit it. I'm not spending time babysitting these Kindle books. And meanwhile, it's building me an army of targeted lists and a few thousand subscribers each across these multiple ebooks that I have. And I haven't touched the business in about 10 to 12 months, but I will be actually getting back in there, making some changes real quick after talking to Ty and also catching this webinar today and learning more about his process. And the really cool thing I love about dealing with Amazon Kindle is that, first of all, it keeps cranking while I'm sleeping, while I'm not spending day after day on the business. It keeps working. It keeps sending me sales, sending me traffic, sending me an army of loyal fans I can turn into rabid subscribers. And if you caught my email that I used to promote this webinar, you saw a screenshot of some of my email open rates and my click-through rates. I can't remember ever getting email open rates of 38.4% or click-through rates of 23.1%. And those are the actual stats I took from my Aweber account with one of my sublists that I created utilizing my Kindle ebook and having them actually opt in after buying the ebook and getting themselves on a list. And the crazy thing is they actually look forward to getting my emails, which again is really something that's the exception today in this crazy world of mass email and that sort of thing. So tonight Ty's going to show you a bunch of things. First of all, how to get started, how to get rolling, creating these 20 to 40 page little flips on Amazon, as he calls them. Then he's going to deep dive into how to title your book the right way, make all those tweaks to really help your listings bubble up and get the best results on Amazon's listings, how to outsource it all without doing any of the writing yourself, how to brainstorm and get great topic ideas. Also, he's going to give you the sweet spot and the best way to price it to get maximum results and traction in the Kindle marketplace. How to get that free traffic, as I mentioned, which is so awesome, having your stuff ranked on Amazon and not having to pay per click, not having to pay any amount for traffic unless you actually make a sale. Also, Ty's going to show you his proven 3-step trend mapping process for finding and having big wins again and again. And also the latest what's working now tactics and strategies. And that's really what I need as well, because I have not been spending a lot of time with my Kindle books. I'm a little bit disconnected in terms of what's working now, what are the latest strategies, and that sort of thing. So I'm real excited to sit back myself, take some notes, and just to see what Ty's doing today and what's really delivering the best results as he's continuing to build and expand his Kindle empire. So Ty, I'm going to sit back and get a notepad here and take some notes as well as you dive into today's presentation on setting up these little flips on Amazon.
Absolutely, Jason. I love the introduction. Every once in a while I go to different conferences and I'm asked to speak at events. I got to bring you along with me just for that introduction right there. I think that's golden right there. But, in all seriousness, what we're going to talk about today is going to be pretty exciting. I still get excited by just seeing my royalties come in, and just by seeing the sales that come in day after day, I'm like, yes, yes. You know, there was a point where, and I'm going to make, I'm going to confess to something right now before we even get started, all right? So you guys don't judge me. But there used to be a point where I would literally wake up in the middle of the night 2 or 3 times to run to the computer and just check my sales when I first got started with this, because I just couldn't believe it. You know, it was like I would use the excuse to my wife. I would say, baby, I'm going to use the bathroom. But, you know, I was really going downstairs to my office to check my sales. And I just couldn't believe that I was making money while I slept. And it sounds, you know, like something that you hear with the typical internet marketing pitch, right? Make money while you sleep. But this is something that actually is true when it comes to Amazon Kindle publishing, because keep in mind, and we'll talk about this later on during the webinar, but your audience, right? Amazon's marketplace is global. So while you're sleeping, all right, on one part of the planet, I mean, it's midday on the other side of the earth. So it's something that is just amazing, and I'm still tickled to death by the sales that come in on a regular basis. Now, what I want to do is, before we get started, I want to make sure that everyone can hear me and can see my screen. So if you can both hear and see my screen, please put yes. We've got Charles. Welcome, Charles, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I've got some relatives actually out in Philly, Charles. Donna's in Florida. Nice and warm out there, Donna. What part of Florida, Donna? We've got Kim. Kim says yes. Rose says yes. I love that name, Rose. It's one of my favorite names. Jim, yes. Candy, that's another awesome name. Yes. So it looks like everyone can see and hear. So we're ready to get started. Let's do it. We've got a lot of ground to cover, so I want to make sure that you grab a pen, a pencil, a crayon, whatever you have at your disposal to take notes with, and then grab a sheet of paper or a notepad or something like that, and make sure that there's no interruptions, right? Because I want to make sure that you catch everything. Now, what we're going to talk about is how to partner with the multi-billion, not million, but billion-dollar sales powerhouse, Amazon.com, to create an instant stream of monthly recurring revenue without you having to write a single word. As Jason mentioned, I'm going to show you how to outsource this without you having to worry about driving traffic and paying for clicks and things like that, or personally having to sell anything ever. Okay, I've been doing this for 4 years now, almost about 4.5 years. I actually got started with the beta program, and I haven't had to do any of those things other than the times when I wanted to, just to test things out, all right? And I do a lot of testing, so I'm going to share some of my results with you as well. All right, so my goal is to show you how to publish eBooks to Amazon's Kindle, and how this can be a highly profitable, easy, and extremely long-lasting way to generate income. It's something that, like I said, I've been doing this for 4.5 years, and it continues to get better and better and better. It's not like a lot of these fly-by-night businesses where things work 1 month or half a year or a year, and then after that you've got to run to the next thing, right? So I'm always amazed when I'm at conferences and events and people are like, Ty, what are you working on now? And I'm like, dude, I'm working on this. I'm doing the same thing. Why would I change something? It's working, you know? So now, if you stay until the end, I've got a little bribe for you. What we're going to do is we're going to have a contest. I love contests, right? And I want to give away an Amazon Kindle. I want to give away a device here to one lucky winner. So one person will win one. And I'm also going to give you a copy of the PowerPoint slides as well, so you can go and review them at your leisure. All right? So you're going to want to pay attention again, as I mentioned earlier. What makes this different? Right? What makes publishing eBooks to Amazon's Kindle different? Well, like I said earlier, it's a long-lasting business. It's something that you can get your family involved with. My daughter, she started when she was 14. She's now 16. She still publishes, and she's doing extremely well with it. All right? I've got a 10-year-old who just turned 11, actually, and I'm going to get him started with it pretty soon. Jason and I were talking about that earlier today, about getting our kids involved with our businesses, and this is just the perfect family-based business, all right? So the other thing that makes this different is major media recognizes the income opportunity that's here. I mean, if you look at this, this is Wall Street Journal, right? And they're talking about Amazon Cash, so turning Amazon Cash to Kindling, all right? And here's CNN. Ownership of tablets and e-readers almost doubles in 1 month. I mean, if this thing continuously grows, and we'll talk about that as well. Here's Mashable. And in this article, they're talking about just the huge amount of sales that Amazon has. They're selling 1 million Kindle products each week, right? Each week. And it goes on to say that Amazon shoppers have purchased more than 1 million Kindle devices for the 3rd week in a row. Right, that's just huge. Think about that, right? Here's the Register, which is a publication out of the UK. Nearly a quarter of our books sold in the U.S. in 2012 were eBooks, right? So eBooks have grown and they continue to grow. As a matter of fact, Jeff Bezos, who's the CEO of Amazon, he said that he put out a press statement that said that for every one hardcover book, they sell 2 to 3 digital versions of that book. So eBooks are here to stay. Right? Here's an article in Men's Health of all places, right? How to become an ebook millionaire. So major media, they're seeing the opportunity. You don't see this with too many other opportunities and business app programs and things like that. We have major credible news outlets that are jumping on board and they're talking about this stuff, all right? Here's Forbes right here. Who wants to be a Kindle millionaire, right? Forbes. So the reason why this works so well, the reason why the opportunity is here, and the reason why it'll never get crowded as far as too many people doing it is because there's over 7 billion prospects. Think about that, right? There's over 7 billion mobile devices on the planet Earth. And the beautiful thing about that is if someone wants to buy your ebook, your Kindle book, they can use almost any device to go in and do that. Amazon is extremely smart, so what they've done is they put together an app that allows PC users, Macintosh users, iPod, iPad, iPhone, BlackBerry, Android users to be able to go in, visit their site, and download your ebook, all right? And you make money every time they do so. So with 7 billion prospects, it's hard for the marketplace to get crowded. All right, think about that. Just let that soak in there. All right, so number 1, this is a real business. Okay. Number 2, you're joining forces with a real multi-billion-dollar, globally recognized brand, and you're tapping into, like I said, a 7 billion person marketplace. All right. And the third thing is it's a system that's easier to make money with month after month after month than most things. And let's take a look at some of the income that I made when I first started this. Now, here's one of my initial checks here. And we're going to talk about this later on as well because this almost happened by accident. It's any amount of $2,297.30. Now, at the time, I was doing a few other things, so this really didn't catch my attention at first because I was just like a lot of you, I was just dabbling in just a lot of things. I just had my hands in just a ton of pots, not paying attention. Now, it wasn't until the next month where that amount increased to $2,873.13 that I started to say, okay, well, maybe there's something to this. So I started to test different elements. I started to publish a few more ebooks. And then the next month, I saw even better results. $4,462.53. Now, at this time, I'm really starting to pay attention because I'm not doing a lot of extra work to see these increases. That's the beautiful thing about publishing to Amazon. You don't have to do a lot of additional work to see the increases, all right? And then the following month, it jumped up to $8,403. And at this time, I'm doing the Irish jig because I'm really seeing the potential here. And I said I need to focus on this because I can really grow this into something that provides a substantial amount of income on a regular basis. And that's what I've done ever since. I haven't looked back. All right. Now, here's a recent bank statement here of mine where in just 1 month, nearly $30,000 in sales in just 1 month. Now, let's talk about who I am here. All right. Before I got started with Amazon publishing, Kindle publishing, I should say, I published physical books through Amazon's Advantage program. Now, a lot of you may not have heard of this program. It's one of their older programs. I actually got started with the Amazon Advantage program, wow, maybe about 10 years ago, all right? And because of that, I had a little bit of knowledge, insider knowledge as to the whole business of selling books, all right? And more importantly, selling them online. Because I started with the Amazon Advantage program where I'm selling physical books. And I'm selling 8,000 physical books a month. And it was just a lot of work, just a ton of work. Now, because I was doing so well with this, when Amazon's KDP program first got introduced many, many years ago, I was introduced and asked to become a beta tester, right, before it became available to the public. I did that, did well, and now I'm known as the king of Amazon Kindle publishing. All right, I spent years of as Jason mentioned at the top of his webinar, running tests to discover what works and what doesn't, what price points work, what topics do well, how to find topics that will sell well, how to position your covers and your descriptions and things like that to really attract buyers and to psychologically get the sale. All right. How to start and profit fast. I've made millions with Amazon, and I've got thousands of students around the globe, pretty much, and I've spoken at dozens of conferences and seminars globally on the topic of Kindle publishing and book publishing in general. I've taught dozens of 7- and 8-figure marketers. Think about the gurus that you know that are out there. There's a good chance that I've taught either them or their spouses or someone on their team how to do this because they see the potential. Right, and I get all of these guys all the time. Ty, can you show me how to do this? Can you show my staff how to do this so we can create another income stream? There's no one better than me, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. All right. Now, I've done a lot of things right, as a lot of you who are on this webinar have probably done as well, and I've also done a lot of things wrong. I'll be the first to admit that. I made a lot of mistakes online, lost a lot of money, wasted a lot of time. Now, after doing this for nearly 5 years, I discovered that no matter what the topic, there are a few key things that you must do in order to be successful with this. And the first thing is I discovered how to pick hot topics that sell like crazy, that just sell really well. Because I see one of the biggest mistakes that people make is they'll have an idea, and I'm guilty of this. I've done this before as well. You'll have an idea, and you think that it's something that everyone is going to love. Right? Until you put it out there, and then you find out that no one loves it. All right? So I've made that mistake before. I've discovered what price points generate the most profit. We'll talk about that. And then I've also discovered, this is a big discovery here, a secret element that you can add to your titles that can double, triple, and even quadruple your ebook sales. And I'm going to give you some samples of those elements that you can include in your ebook titles as well so you can see results quickly. And then I've also discovered how to use this entire process to build a huge mailing list that you can continue to sell to and make money from. Jason spoke about this at the beginning of the webinar. You know, I built a pretty substantial mailing list in the survival niche. And these guys, the open rates, when I send an email to these folks, they open. They pay attention. They click onto the links. They buy what I have to sell to them. It's totally different building a list using a process like this than it is just building a list by any other means. It means because you're getting someone that's engaged, you're getting someone that is really after what it is that you're providing to them. Okay, so let me show you how to get similar results quickly. Now, I discovered this stuff the hard way. You get a chance to cheat and get the easy way. The hard way for me was I wrote the content myself, which I absolutely hated. I hate using that word because it's a strong word, but it just drove me nuts. I'm a slow writer. It took me forever to get it right. I was just really indecisive about what to write, what content to include, so it was just a nightmare for me. And you see this young lady here, that was literally me at my computer until 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning because it was just a nightmare. All right? I spent weeks trying to get started, and I procrastinated, and you know, because of my procrastination and it taking so long for me to get started, I calculate that I lost probably about $10,000 or more, right, just because of my procrastination, and it took me so long to get started. I hired cover designers, writers, and outsourcers from sites that pretty much ripped me off because I had no clue what I was doing when I first started, right? And I ended up losing a lot of money and time, right? Now, Amazon nearly banned my account as well because I was doing things the wrong way, just as I got to the point of making about $2,000 a month in sales. So just as I got to the point where that first check that I shared with you, I almost put my entire account in jeopardy because the content that I was publishing was not of quality content. So I want that to be your first note. Everything that you publish, you want to make sure that it's quality, top-notch content, and I'm going to show you how to do that and how to get content for less than $100, okay? Quality content at that. Right? And I made these mistakes simply because I didn't have access to the roadmap that you now have access to and that I'm going to share with you during this webinar. So do you want the easy way that guarantees that you won't ever make any of these mistakes? If so, I want this to be an interactive webinar. So if so, just put yes into the chat box here. Right? I know we've got a lot of smart folks here. Kim says yes. We've got Donna, Julie. Awesome. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to provide you with the easy way to get started. Now, in the past 30 days, I've sold over 5 figures worth of eBooks on Amazon, and I didn't have to write a single word, pay for traffic, or market a single book. All right? Now, I've got to go over this disclaimer here because these results are not typical, and at this point, what I'll be doing is I'll be walking you through specific processes and systems that earn huge amounts of money. Now, my results are certainly not typical, and the average person who attends any training gets 0 results. However, I am happy to show you exactly what's working for me free of charge. This is not for people interested in a get-rich-quick scheme. That's not what this is, or anything like that. This system is easy, but there's still a good chance that you may make nothing, you may make less than I make, or you may even make more than what you see here. Some people are making hundreds to multiple thousands monthly, but even those results are not typical. With that said, let's continue. Now, there's 3 secrets to this. Secret number 1, I can make more money in 1 month selling eBooks on Amazon than I can in a year selling regular products, right? And that's because Amazon has this huge customer base, and I'll show you some math as to how that stacks up. Secret number 2 is I personally don't have to write, drive traffic, or sell anything, all right? And this is a big plus, again, because as I mentioned, I don't like writing. And I don't like worrying about paying for traffic. I'm just having a nightmare right now with Facebook and some of the other things, and the Google slaps and Google account closures and things like that. With Amazon, you don't have to deal with any of that. You don't have to deal with handling order taking, delivery, support, refunds, none of that. And the 3rd secret is this is a 2-step process. I only need a small amount of money to make this work, about $100 to get started. All right, so does that sound good? So secret number 1. I can make more money in 1 month selling eBooks on Amazon than I can in the year selling regular products because Amazon's customer base is just so huge, all right? So let's take a look at this. You've got your normal $17 product, right? And with that, let's say you're making about $1,700 a month from your site. In order to do that, you have to sell about 100 products, right? You've got to sell about 100 products. And that's at a 2% conversion rate. All right, so which is okay, I guess, right? You have to get about 5,000 people to your site in order to be able to accomplish that. Now, when you factor in how much the traffic will cost you, it's going to get really expensive and really difficult. So what is it going to cost you per click? Is it going to cost you 25 cents, 50 cents, $1 per click? And if you're lucky, you can pay on the lower end, right? 25 cents or 50 cents, depends on which traffic generation model you're using. Now, with Amazon Kindle Publishing, I'm able to avoid sending traffic, avoid paying for traffic, all right? And I'm still able to make much more than this on a monthly basis. And this is actually from just one account. This is from the Amazon UK portion of my sales here. So just over $5,000, $5,506.75 in 1 month, right? Without any of the hassle of driving traffic and things like that. The second secret is I personally don't have to write content, all right? I don't have to pay to drive traffic or personally sell anything. Right? Now, let's take a look at that. Now, there's 3 reasons why most people like myself and like you should never write their own content. And I've made these mistakes before. And number 1, it's the wrong way to spend your time. Your time is more wisely spent coming up with more ideas to create ebooks on because each ebook becomes another income stream. Right? So don't spend your time writing content. That was the biggest mistake that I made. Right? It's like list building. If you ask an internet marketer what would be the number 1 thing that he would do if he had to start all over, most people would say I would build a list. Well, for me, if I had to start all over with Kindle Publishing, I would not waste my time trying to write my own content. All right? I would spend that time going in and actively seeking more ideas to publish books on. All right? Because each one becomes that income stream. The third thing is this can easily be outsourced to people who love writing. All right, and will write high-quality content for pennies on a dollar. So it becomes a win-win. They get paid to do what they love, and you get high-quality content. All right, so do you see how that works? Now, most of your outsourced writers are also expert researchers. right? Where you and I, we're probably not quality researchers. We don't know what to put in the eBooks. We don't know what to put in there that's going to sell. These guys, they do it day in, they do it day out. So hire someone who loves doing this stuff, who's more skilled at doing it as well, all right? The second secret is just allowing Amazon to handle the traffic generation, the sales, and the support is just smart business. It's just really smart business because they've got a well-oiled machine in place that will passively drive massive amounts of traffic to your eBooks and generate sales for you. Now, this happens if you set everything up the way I show you from the beginning. Now think about it. If you've ever published an ebook and it's not selling the way you expect it to, there's probably about 3 to 5 mistakes that you're making. All right, I can look at them right away and I can tell what mistakes that you're making that's preventing you from getting to the sales level that you want to. All right. Now Amazon works hard to make you money, and I want to ask a question. Why do you think Amazon works so hard to make money? They've got multiple systems in place. They've got the buy now with one click option here where you can go in, you can instantly buy an ebook and it gets downloaded to your device. They've got the customers who bought this item also brought similar ebooks, right? So all of these things are designed to help you sell your ebooks. Now, why do you think they go out of their way to do that? Who will be, let's see, who's the first person to answer? Why do you think Amazon wants you to make money? Let's see, Kim, Donna, Candy, Rose. Absolutely, because they make money when you make money. All right, Rose, you hit it right on the head. They make money also. All right, so they have all of these systems in place that will help you to make money. Now, it's just a matter of kickstarting your sales, and then once you do that, all of this other stuff jumps into place. All right, all of these other elements kick into place, and then your sales really start to start rolling down the hill, as they say. All right, now all you need to be successful at this is a little bit of hot topic research. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. And luckily for you, there are millions of possibilities, both fact and fiction. Like, I literally have just hundreds of ideas to go in and publish ebooks around because I come up with 2 or 3 new ideas every day as I'm at maybe my daughter's gym class or at my son's basketball practice, or as I'm just driving back and forth to dropping the kids off at school. I come up with different ideas, all right? So, and there's millions of them, all right? The second thing that you need to be successful at this is just about $100 to get started. All right, now I made a crucial mistake when I first got started. The first mistake was trying to write my own content. The second mistake was spending about $500 or $600 that I paid to an outsourcer to write an ebook for me, and it was just a huge mistake. I should have never paid that amount because I could have had 5 or 6 ebooks written for that same amount of money. Right, so about $100 to hire someone to write the ebook for you using the 2-step process and hiring templates that I give you in this program. Now, you also need a desire to repeat the process because this is where the real money gets made. Each ebook becomes another passive income stream that will continue selling for years to come without you ever having to do anything. Like, I literally have ebooks that I published 3, 4 years ago that are still selling, that still make me money month to month to month. All right? And these are things that I put in place one time many, many years ago, and they're still out there working for me. They're still out there working for me. Now, I want to talk about the experiment that almost failed for me because this was something that really opened up my eyes when I first got started. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of you guys are making the same mistake as well. With the old way that I was doing this, I would guess at what ebook ideas would sell. This was a bad idea because I was almost always wrong, or I came up with ideas that didn't have a large enough buyer universe, right? So I was always wrong, and I thought that my great idea would be something that everyone wanted, and I would go in, put it out there, and come to find out that nothing would happen, right? The other mistake that I made was I would try and write the ebook myself and spend too much money. Again, bad idea because either I never got started, right? Always had plans to get started and procrastinated, never did, and I didn't know where to start or was just terrible at researching what to include in my ebook, or I paid too much to a writer, as I mentioned. Now, with my new model, right, I use Google Keyword Planner and other tools to find out what people want to buy with 100% certainty, so there's no guessing. Right? Not guessing makes a lot more money for you. When you do it this way, and I'll show you how to go in and use the Google Keyword Planner in just a moment to go in and find topics and ideas and marketplaces that are willing to buy. The second new element that I have to this new model is I take the system that I came up with and I use it to hire one writer to write a high-quality 5-star ebook for $100 or less. Right, and then once I have that person working well for me and I know that their content is top-notch, I then go in and give them the next project. And then I give them the next project and the next project. So that way I don't have to go out and find a new writer every time. Right, so you want to write that down as well. Once you get someone that delivers and that knows their stuff, you give them work, constant work, and just keep flipping this money. Keep flipping it. All right, so the results of my experiment with the old model, right, when I tried to guess at what would sell and tried to write the book myself or spent too much money doing it, was that I came up with what I thought was a good book idea. And then I thought I found a good writer. All right? And then I published my ebook when I got my content back from my writer. And my results were 4 weeks and I made 1 sale. I was just totally discouraged. I'm totally frustrated because, with me having the background in Amazon Advantage Publishing and selling 8,000 physical books a month, I thought sure that the digital books would just take off for me. I thought I knew everything that there was to know about selling books online, and boy was I wrong. I was just really wrong. And it wasn't until I had to rethink things, and I called my old Amazon Advantage rep, Rich, and you see Rich here in the picture, and I pretty much said, Rich, I don't get it. I'm trying to stay out. I've had a ton of success publishing with you guys through via Advantage program, but I'm not seeing anywhere near that success publishing Kindle books. What's going on? And at this point, Rich wasn't working with Amazon anymore. He had moved on to, I think he had moved over to Microsoft at this point. But he said, Ty, there's huge differences between selling physical books and digital books. And he said, I'm willing to share that with you, but it's going to cost you. So it ended up costing me $2,500, and he gave me a lot of insider input. And some of the things that he shared with me as it relates to how the inner workings of Amazon works as far as selling digital Kindle books really paid off. So I went back to the lab, I retweaked my system, I went in, I put some new elements in place, and within the next 2 weeks, I was up to $2,200 in sales. All right. Now, if you remember the first check that I shared with you, that was where that came from. All right. It was after going and talking to Rich, getting his insider input as to what they're seeing in Amazon, what's working, what's not working. I went back in, retweaked things, and I'm glad I did because I was really about to throw in a towel. I mean, I was really disgusted. I had put in a lot of time in initially, and then just to get that 1 sell in, it just really baffled me. All right, and it wasn't until I got wise and I retweaked everything that I started to see results. Right, and then not too long after that, I started seeing 5-figure months. So 5-figure months. Now, so with this experiment, I had such great results, and what I wanted to do was I wanted to see if I could teach the system to others to see if they have similar results. And one of the first individuals that I shared it with was a young lady by the name of Saber, who's from Germany. And I had never met her before. And I had shared this with her online. She was a student of mine in another program that I had. And I said, Saban, you've been good. And I know that you're someone, if I give this information to you, you're going to go in and apply it. So I did that, and her results were phenomenal. She made over $1,000 in her first month from just 1 book. Now, I was at an event that I was speaking at over in London, and she came up to me, and she said, Ty, I'm thankful for you, and I thank you for sharing your knowledge with me. And for the first time ever, she had shared her testimonial with the audience that was there at the event, and I was just totally blown away. And I asked her, I said, would you mind sharing this with other people? And here's the results of the video that she put together for me.
Hi guys, my name is Sabine Kohler, and I started with the Kindle cash flow system mid of April and published so far 3 Kindle books with 6 more books in the making as we speak. They will be published over the next 2 weeks, so I'm quite a newbie on Kindle, but I really do enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Our first book was off to a flying start. right from the beginning, generating over $1,000 in royalties in the first 4 weeks. What I like about the Kindle cash flow system is that it is a complete step-by-step system. Usually you buy a program and you get to work just to find out some really important pieces of the puzzles are missing and you can't get it to work. This is why I have been reluctant to buy more courses in the recent past. And this is also why it took me so long to come on board with Ty's course. However, Ty's course is different. It's actually a complete course, and if I'm stuck, I just drop his support team a quick email, which I'm allowed to do once a week, and usually it takes them just 48 hours to come back to me. And that's pretty cool. I can wholeheartedly actually recommend you to get started when you are after a step-by-step system and you have never actually published books on Kindle before. It's a great course. Bye.
So that was Sabin, and complete newbie. She had never published an ebook before. She's over in Germany, so she's not in the U.S., and she just completely blew me away with the results that she got. So I knew that my experiment worked. Okay, even though I had a rough time initially getting started, after I tweaked the system, started getting good results, I passed it on to a few other individuals, and I'll share some other people with you as well later on. And I saw that anyone could do this, all right? And then one of the other individuals that I shared it with was my own daughter as well. She was 14 at the time, and she started publishing ebooks, and she started having great results. So I proved that it works. It works for anyone, in any state, in any country, any age, right, at any experience level. Okay, at any experience level. Now, the third secret is because of my two-step process, you only need a small amount of money to make this work, about $100 to get started. All right, so that two-step process is you're going to use Google Keyword Planner to find a hot, in-demand topic and come up with a killer title. All right, this is pretty easy. So to do this part of it, we're going to go into Google Keyword Planner, and this portion of I have actually put this is a new presentation. I just put it together last night. Actually, I was up until about 4 in the morning putting this together for Jason and his crew here. So you're going to go into Keyword Planner, and you'll click onto the first result here, Google AdWords Keyword Planner. All right. Yeah. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to come over here to where it says search for new keyword and ad group ideas. And then you're going to put in the idea, the keyword, the topic that you're thinking about publishing your ebook around here in this area here. All right, you're going to select all languages and Google and search partners so you get maximum results. Now, for me, what I typed in this example was dreams interpretation, right? So I've been studying lucid dreaming and things like that lately, so I'm on my lucid dreaming kick here. So after I hit get ideas, Google comes back, and here's some of the search results that they're showing that people are searching for on a monthly basis. Keywords like meaning of dreams, dream meaning, like meaning of dreams, there's 18,100 average monthly searches. Dream meaning, 2,900, so just under 3,000. Dreams meaning, 2,400. Dream meanings, right, with an S, 1,900. Dreams and their meanings, 5,900. So I'm seeing that there's some activity here. Now, here's something that's crucial. You want to write this down. When you're looking for an idea to publish your ebook around, you want to make sure that your combined global monthly searches are between 10,000 to 100,000. All right, 10,000 to 100,000. Everyone has that? I want to make sure that everyone has that. Okay? And the reason why is because anything less than 10,000 in marketplace is just too small. I've tested this multiple times. So anything less than 10,000 in the marketplace is just too small. It's like having a Ferrari on a dead-end street, right? You've got nowhere to go. Anything more than 10,000, I've just found that the competition is just too much. It's just too much. So this is a sweet spot. Now, the other thing is you're also going to use the Keyword Planner to come up with and actually help you come up with your titles for your ebooks. Okay, so here's some awesome title ideas. You can go in and I would start with meaning of dreams or things like dreams and their meanings, and then you can also add on to these. All right, but because these are getting searches, all right, these make awesome title idea. So meaning of dreams. You could go in and add on to this. What are the meaning of dreams, or meaning of dreams when X is involved, right? And X being whatever the subject is. Another example of a great title would be Dreams and Their Meanings. All right, so just this alone would make an awesome title. All right, so you can use this area to come up with some pretty cool titles, and then I'm going to show you some other elements that you can add to those titles as well in just a few minutes. Okay, so one of the questions that I get a lot is, okay, Ty, why use the Google Keyword Planner to find titles? Well, the reason why is if you craft your titles correctly, you increase the chances of them ranking high within both Amazon and Google search engines. All right. Now, you get a double whammy here. If you're able to rank on both Amazon.com and Google for your ebook, you'll dramatically boost your sales. And I want to show you a few examples of what I'm talking about here. So here's an ebook, right? And the title of this ebook is How to Market and Sell Your Ebook with How to Market and Sell Your Ebook. Let's say if you're on Google and you're typing in this title, you weren't aware that there was an ebook out already, and you had an ebook and you just wanted to go in and do some research and get some ideas on how to go in and market and sell it. You went over to Google and you typed in how to market and sell your ebook. Take a look at what happens here. Now, most people realize that these are paid listings here, the first two listings, right? But what do you see here in the free listing area? You see this ebook comes up. So it's actually listed in Google. So now if someone wasn't aware that this ebook was available on Amazon.com and they typed in how to market and sell your ebook, now they're aware. So what's even better about this? All right. So I want to get some answers from you guys. What's even better about this listing? Let's see. Who has the first idea? What do you see that stands out? Absolutely. It's a listing that's coming directly from Amazon.com. So there's major credibility here, right? So if someone's looking for information, they're going to bypass the paid listings in most cases, right? Because we're aware, we're smart, right? We know that these are paid listings. This site we're not familiar with, but Amazon, everyone knows Amazon. So we're going to look at that, okay? And as Donna says, Amazon is doing your advertising for you. Yay, says Donna. Absolutely, right? Who else? What else stands out here? All right? What else is something that stands out? Kim says the stars. Absolutely, Kim. So if you're searching on Google, instantly the stars stand out. There's a few more things too. What else? What else stands out to you here? Right. So the stars give it added credibility because you see that it's something that has 5 stars, right? You see the number of reviews. There's 47 reviews here, right? Donna, excellent, Donna. Yes, it's in the top 10 searches, right? So it's actually in a second position. So, I mean, it would take a lot of effort to get something other than a Kindle book in that second position there, right? Rose says it's on the first page of Google. Absolutely, first page, second position, right? There's a price listed here, right? So you see a price, and it's in stock as well, right? And then you have this blurb, right? So there you go. You've got, I mean, there's just a lot of things here that make this listing stand out, that make someone who's searching for information on this topic gravitate towards this listing even more so here. All right, so let's take another look at another example here. And Google just loves Amazon because the content is always fresh, right? And if you're able to get your books ranked in Google, that just really turns into more sales as well for you. Right? Now, here's another example. How to earn passive income in a lousy economy. So that's the title. Let's say if someone's searching that in Google, if you're unaware that there's a Kindle book on Amazon, you're typing in how to earn passive income in a lousy economy, take a look at what happens here. All right? Not only is this book listed on the first page, but it's also listed first page, first 3 search results. First, second, third. Right? Now, that just increases your chances, again, of getting someone over to your Amazon page and getting the sale. All right, so do you guys see how that works? All right, so just being able to merge these two together, just about 30 to 40% of my sales come from just me being able to go in and rank my ebooks on Google, okay, and being able to get that added visibility there. All right, so go in, use the Google Keyword Planner to find hot topics and to create titles, because it's going to work for you. It's something that is just major. I can't stress that enough there. Okay. The other thing is, I've come up with, I was on vacation actually one day, and we were in the Caribbean, and we were actually on a cruise, and the first day of the cruise, I came up with the idea of adding what I call my title enhancers to my titles. I said, what if I help people answer the questions that they're asking of themselves? So let's say if someone has a problem or if they're looking for a solution to something, what if I included the answer to their problem in my eBooks title? Would that help me sell more eBooks? And the answer was yes. So I came up with these title enhancers that have actually doubled, tripled, and even on some occasions quadrupled my sales. Right? And title enhancers, what they do is they answer the questions that your ebook buyers are asking themselves in their head. All right? So take a look at this. We've got a guy, let's say we've got a guy named Johnny, and Johnny has been promising his wife for the last year that he's going to go out and stain the deck. And it's a nice day finally. It's about 80 degrees out. It's a weekend. Johnny's wife gives him an ultimatum. She says, Johnny, either you're going to go in and stain that deck this weekend or you're sleeping on the couch for the next 5 weeks. All right? Johnny panics. He says, okay, I got to learn how to do this thing. I've got to stain my deck. So he picks up his Kindle device. He picks up his iPad. He picks up his iPhone, his Android, whatever it is. He goes into the Amazon Kindle Marketplace and he types in, all right, stain a deck, how to stain a deck. He sees 2 results: learn to stain your deck, or he also sees how to stain your deck like a professional. All right, which one do you think stands out more to him? All right, and this is a title enhancer. It's how to. So if you add this title enhancer, how to your title, so how to stain your deck like a professional, instantly it answers the question that your prospect is asking. So Johnny's on Amazon. He's asking himself, how am I going to stain this deck? How am I going to stain this deck? How am I going to stain this deck? He sees the 2 ebooks, Learn to Stain Your Deck, and he sees how to stain your deck. He sees how to stain your deck like a professional. Which one do you think stands out to him the most? Absolutely. It's how to stain your deck like a professional, because that's the question that he's asking himself, whether consciously or subconsciously. So if you include these title enhancers in your ebook titles, okay, it helps you to be able to go in and just speak directly to your prospect. Now let me give you a few more examples of a title enhancer. Here's another one. Quickest way to, okay, 21 quickest ways to make money online versus the guide to making money on the web. Which one do you think would stand out more for someone that's looking for a way to make money online? They're just getting started. All right? 21 quickest ways to make money online, or the guide to making money on the web. If you get this, then you're halfway through. You're halfway through the battle, okay? You're going to have a lot of success with this. Kim says, the first, 21 quickest ways to make money online. Absolutely, because it answers a question, right? What are some of the quickest ways to make money online? So how to, quickest ways to, things like fastest way to. Here's another example. Who gets this one first? The fastest way to get your nursing degree versus an ebook that's titled something like Health Quad's Nursing Guide. Which one stands out? Which one answers the question? Absolutely, says Rose. The first one, the fastest way to get your nursing degree. All right, so you guys got it. I mean, awesome. You've got it. I'm going to give you one last one just to make sure that you really have it. Easy ways to. All right, all title enhancers, how to, quickest way to, fastest way to, easy ways to. Adding these elements, as simple as it looks, but just adding these, like I said, have doubled, tripled, quadrupled my sales, because it's just a easy way to really capture someone's attention, to really speak to the person that's looking for information on what you have available to sell. So does that make sense? I want to make sure that everyone totally understands that. If it makes sense, just put yes. Rose says yes. Larry, yes, absolutely. Okay, Kim says yes. So there we go. All right, so now we can move on. Donna says yes. Great. Okay. Now, here's another example of how to use your title enhancers when you're doing a search. All right. Now this picture is a bit dated here, but it still works the same way. Now what you'll do is you'll take your title enhancer. In this case, the title enhancer is how to, and you're going to take your search word, and that is garden. So we're going to merge them together. How to garden, excuse me, and then we'll hit search. Now what Google is going to do is they're going to give you the monthly global searches, all right, for your main phrase that you entered here, and in this case it's 45 million, actually 45.5 million, and they're also going to give you other keyword ideas that people are searching for. All right. So remember, if we go back a few slides, I told you that there's a sweet spot that you want to look for when it comes to a certain number that you want to stay within when you're doing research like this, right? Does anyone remember what those two numbers were? Let's see. Who took notes? What were those two numbers? Who's got it? Donna's got it. Right on the money, Donna. Donna says you want to be between 10K to 100K. Kim has it also. Kim says between 10,000 and 100,000. Right, absolutely. So when you're doing these types of searches, Google's also going to give you similar phrases that people are searching for. So let's take a look at some of the things that, some of the phrases that people are searching for. How to make a garden, 201,000 global monthly searches, right? How to design a garden, 550,000 global monthly searches. And you always want to look under the global monthly searches column, not local, because you're selling your ebooks globally, right? How to build a raised garden bed, 12,100 global monthly searches. How to plant a garden, 301,000. Which of these would be the most ideal to go in and publish an ebook around, and why? What do you think? Right. And Donna asked a great question. Again, guys, if you have any questions, go in and ask them. All right. We're going to have we're going to have a really great Q&A session at the end as well. But if you have questions, please ask them as well. There's no such thing as a dumb question. But Donna, the reason why the huge numbers don't work as well is because there's just too much competition. All right. No, Rose, you don't need to at this point, because the competition doesn't relate to Google. All right. We're selling these ebooks on Amazon. So which one of these phrases would make the most sense to go in and publish an ebook around, and why? Kim says raised garden bed. All right, absolutely, Kim. You hit it right on the head. All right, how to build a raised garden bed. Now, why does this one make so much sense? Number one, because it's within our search criteria, right, of 10,000 to 100,000. As Donna said, it's very specific. Absolutely, Donna. It makes much more sense than anything else here, right? And the other thing is there's another reason why, right? What else? It's specific, as Donna said, and as I'm giving you guys, I'm going to give you a chance to figure out the third reason why this would be the most ideal. What's the third reason? Right? It's very specific, how to build a raised garden bed. So someone who's looking to build a raised garden bed, there's 12,000 searches. You have an ebook on how to build a raised garden bed, right? And as Kim says, it's an awesome title. So you see how you can use this to come up with incredible titles. I should have actually kept this one to myself. It also has the title enhancer in there, right? So if you have someone that's searching for information on how to build a raised garden bed, they're in Google, they're on Amazon, they see your ebook, do you think there is a higher chance that they'll go in and buy your ebook? Yes or no? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, says Rose. Absolutely. All right, so let's move on here. I just want to make sure that everyone got that. Now, the two-step process. So step one, which we just covered, is you go in and you use the Google Keyword Planner to find a hot, in-demand topic and come up with a killer title, and you also add in those title enhancers, all right? Pretty straightforward, easy stuff, right? So how to build a raised garden bed, 10 to 100,000 monthly searches is what you want to stay between, and you want your ebook title to be Google friendly. Okay. Now the second step to this is you go in and you outsource your ebook creation, and there's also a third step, and that is once you have your ebook back, you publish it. All right. So let's talk about the second step here, outsourcing your ebook creation. Now, what I want to do is I want to compare Amazon versus a regular product. Now, look at this. With your regular product, all right, we upped the price a little bit. We went from $17 to $27. This is a regular product that you're trying to sell from your website, right? let's say you're making $2,700 a month from your site, or that's your goal, okay? You have to sell 100 products to do that at 27 bucks each, right? And again, that's at a 2% conversion. So you have to get at least 5,000 people to your site at 2% conversion, right? How much will that traffic cost you, right? I want to hammer that in because I want you to see the difference there. Again, it's expensive, it's hard to do, right? Versus being able to do something like this, right, with Amazon Publishing, right? So selling ebooks on Amazon is a lot easier. I found that each ebook averages about 500 bucks in sales. Now, there are the exceptions. Sometimes you'll make less than that, or as you saw with Sabina, her first ebook, just one ebook, 1,000 bucks a month. Okay, so it could go either way. But in my experience over the last 4 years, once you have all of the elements in place, your title, you've got the proper description the way I teach you in the course, you've got the proper cover the way I teach you in the course, and everything else, the keywords and things like that. On average, I find that each ebook will bring in about 500 bucks in sales month after month. That's not one time, that's continuously, right? So meaning after 1 year, one ebook can bring in 6,000 bucks. Now think about that. Imagine if you had 5 ebooks, you had 2, you had 10, right? The beautiful thing about this is you invest once and then you see a return multiple times over. So that one-time investment, whatever it costs you to create your ebook, and I highly advise that you don't spend more than 100 bucks because we're not creating Moby Dick, or we're not creating, the Bible where it's 500 pages, right? These things are going to be, the sweet spot is between 20 to 40 pages. You want to be able to get people the information and get them out. Get them a solution and get them out. So you don't want to have fluff. You don't want to have filler. You want to have awesome content. Right? So between 20 to 40 pages. Right? And if you do that, you can hire someone at 100 bucks who's going to create a high quality. Remember, that's a key word. High quality ebook for you. Right? You do that. You put that investment in once and you see a return multiple times over. Right, month after month. Now, you don't have to worry about cost per click with this. You don't have to buy traffic. No Facebook and Google PPC account bans, none of the headaches and things like that. Now, if you wanted to go in and drive traffic, you can do that, and I show you some really clever ways to do that in the course. But it's not a must. All right, you don't have to do that. So with this, it's low cost and easy to do, unlike trying to sell a product on your own website where it's expensive and it gets difficult to do. All right, so does that make sense? So ebook outsourcing made easy. Again, hands-free, 100 bucks. You'll find someone that can do the research and write the content. Now, typically what I find is it takes about a week for me to get my content back, to get my ebook back. When I say content, I mean ebook. When I hire someone, it takes them about a week. There are some people that are a lot faster. I've got some writers that can churn stuff out because, again, it's just 20 to 40 pages. I've got a buddy of mine, Vandre Whaley, who can write an ebook in a day. I mean, he's a machine. Now, he's an anomaly, right? That's not the average there. But most writers can turn out a book in 3-4 days to a week, right? And some exceptions, it'll take about 10 days. But I like to find people that are good writers that can churn things out quickly and that can get it back to me. Now, the beautiful thing about this is you own 100% of the rights, 100%. All right, so you get to. You can do whatever you want with it. You can sell it on Amazon. You can sell it on some of the other sites that I'm going to talk about in a moment. You can resell it as long and as often as you want. You can put your name on it or a pen name. I put a pen name on all of my ebooks. All right. I don't put my actual name. I use a pen name for everything. And the reason why is because I don't want anyone copying my ideas. When you get one of these things that's bringing in, $500, $1,000, $1,500 a month, the last thing you want is someone going in and copying your idea. All right, so you can put your name on it if you want, or you can put a pen name. I advise that you use a pen name. All right, so now ebook outsourcing made easy continued here. So now I want to warn you. There's only 3 freelance sites that I recommend that you use when outsourcing your ebook creation. I've literally tested about 15 of them. And, I've gotten burned with a lot of them. I've gotten low quality content. There's 3 of them that I have just amazing results with, and I give you those 3 in the course as well. Plus, I give you the exact wording to use in your project description when you're looking to hire someone. So there's no guesswork. You literally get to copy and paste my project description and go in and find someone that's just awesome at doing this. So with that said, how many ebooks do you need to really be able to live the lifestyle that you want to live, to really be able to get to the point that you want to be at? All right, using this system that I've created, where you go in, you do the research, you create the proper titles. All right, and I just shared some of the title creation process with you because we're running short on time. But there's a few other things that you do as well. And then when you have your research, your titles, plus your descriptions, plus the price points, you're unstoppable. All right, and you can average those $500 a month in sales per ebook. All right. Now imagine, again, as I said earlier, having 5, 10, or 20 ebooks all bringing in monthly income, or if your ebook sold, instead of 100 copies a month or whatever, they sold 200, 500, 1,000 copies a month. Right. So with Amazon, what they've done is they've created this platform where it leverages the playing field, and it gives the average person the opportunity to be able to take a small amount of money and turn it to hundreds or even thousands of dollars monthly. All right, $100 to get started with your first ebook, and then once you incorporate all of the elements, you can go in and turn that into hundreds of bucks a month, and then you just rinse and repeat. You repeat the cycle, right? You do the work once, your ebooks sell for months and years to come. It's residual income, all right, that pays you over and over and over again, all right? Ryan says, awesome question, Ryan. I like that. Ryan says, what stops somebody from stealing your idea when you use a pen name? Because they have no clue what names I'm publishing my content under. All right. Donna says, great questions, guys. Keep them coming in. I'm gonna answer all of these questions. Keep them coming in. I love them. There's no such thing as a dumb question. You guys have a ton of awesome questions. I love it. It means you're paying attention here. So what makes this different is that it grows month after month. So as you saw, where I went from $2,000 to 2,800 to 4,400 to 8,000, it continued to grow, and now $30,000 plus a month. All right, it's even more than that when holidays are come around. Right. So now, how much money do you need to make a difference in your life? An extra $500 a month, an extra $1,000 a month, an extra $200 a month. For the average person, it's about $1,000 extra a month. I mean, that takes care of a portion of your mortgage, or it helps with a car payment, or it helps, with other miscellaneous expenses and things like that. So ask yourself that question. How much additional money do you need to make a difference in your life every single month? What would do it for you? I'm curious to see some of your answers. What would do it for you? What do you need? And then how could that change your life? So what would you do with the extra income? Would you put it towards your kid's future? That's what we do with it. All right. Use it to pay off your mortgage. The same thing here. Would you buy a house if you don't have one already, or would you upgrade, right, to a better house? Would you buy your dream car? When I first got started, I was able to go in and buy my wife a BMW, not a BMW, I'm sorry, a Mercedes, and I put a bow on it, and this was for Christmas. This was 2 Christmases ago. Actually, probably about 3 ago now. And I put a bow on it, and it was just an awesome feeling to be able to pull up in the driveway and have her see her car out there. All right? Would you use it to pay off bills, to get out of debt, travel, donate to charities? I mean, there's so much that you can do with this, right? Okay? So a lot there. All right? The possibilities are literally endless. So now I want to ask you a question here. Let me ask you a question, all right? The past hour, would you agree it's been time that's been well spent? All right, give me a yes or no here. Because this is going to let me know if I should continue or not. All right? Would you agree that you've gotten some killer ideas? Charles says yes. It's the first time you've spoken, Charles. First time you've used that chat box. I'm glad to see you here. All right, so Rose says absolutely. Donna says yes. Ryan says yes. All right, good to hear from you as well, Ryan. Kim says yes. Candy says yes. All right, so now in an hour, in a couple of minutes, we can't cover everything you need in an hour. All right, even if we had all day, I couldn't cover everything that I've learned within the last 4.5 years with you. All right. So what I've done is I put together a special offer so you can get everything you need to know. Everything you need to know. Like I said, I've had the most well-known gurus to everyone ask me to teach from this system because they know that it works, because they just get amazing results, right? And if you act fast, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a very special deal. Is it okay if I help you and share what I know to get you to the point that you need to be? All right? Is that okay? I just want to make sure. All right, so I'm seeing the yeses come in. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. All right. Now, old habits never die. And I say that because, I've attended a lot of webinars, just as you probably have. And sometimes you attend the webinars and you see good information and you always have intentions on getting started. And then what happens? We're all human, right? We fall back into our daily routine. And we never do anything, right? A day passes. Right? We might write it down. We might make a note. We might set a goal to do something. But unless we get started immediately, nothing happens. A day passes. A week passes. A month passes. Right? And we go back into our habits of hoping that something would change. And then before we know it, a year has passed. How many people have set New Year's resolutions at the top of this year and intended on sticking with it? And because you didn't get started right away, what happens now? Those New Year's resolutions have just become a memory, right? Nothing has ever taken place. And that's normal. We're human. Unless we take immediate action, then things don't happen. All right? So you'll be thrilled to know that what I've done is I've put together the Kindle Cashflow 2.0, and this is the newest version. It's got all of the updated information in here. And I had a few people Skype me earlier, and they said, Ty, is this your $20,000 program? This is not the $20,000 program. I actually have a $20,000 program where I actually go in and I'll set everything up for you, set up the eBooks, do the research for you and things like that. And I charge $20,000 plus 10% of royalties that come in up to $100,000. This is not that program, all right? This is an entire course where I take everything that I know and I put it into a course, a home study course actually. It's a physical course, so we ship it out to you. All right, and you get to go through everything. And I also work with you online as well. And we have a Facebook group where we've just got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of students that are getting amazing results, newbies and advanced folks. All right, so this is an actual course where you get to get everything that I know. And we ship this thing globally, right? And what you'll get is you'll get what I call the setup, right? And this is basically setting up your account, right? Setting up the right way, because there's a lot of mistakes that people make when they first go in and they do this. Right? So I show you how to set up your account, and then I show you how to get started quickly. Right? What not to do so you don't get banned, so you don't put your account in jeopardy. I see a lot of people who get to the point where they're doing well, and then they make a silly mistake, and it just crumbles. So I show you how to avoid all of that. All right? You'll also get Kindling for Profits, all right, which is finding the right niche and the right readers. All right? This is not guessing. There's a strategic way of doing this where I show you how to go in and find niches that sell, how to find readers that buy, okay, that buy material that they want and the material that you have, all right, and how to position it in front of them so that they buy it and that they want it. I show you how to use what's known as the buyer magnet. And this is critical. This is actually one of the most critical components here because it includes all of the must-have elements that will make your ebook sell. All right? Without any of these elements, it just falls flat. So I show you how to go in and position your cover the right way. Pricing. I talk about the pricing elements that I've tested. I've tested over 40 different prices over the last 4 years, and I've got a sweet spot for prices. Descriptions. Right? The elements that you should include in your descriptions and how to position those the right way. How to get reviews, right, that increase your sales, right? So that's why it's called a buyer magnet, because it helps to draw in those sales. And then I also give you what's known as the KDP cash extraction, all right? And these are just secret ways to use the Kindle Direct Publishing platform to make more money than most people ever will make when they try to do this on their own, all right? So the total value of everything that you'll get here is $8,991, and that's an actual real value there. All right, it's something that you'll see a return on big time, not just once but multiple times over. So let's talk about who this has worked for. This has worked for everyone. It's worked for internet marketers that are new, as you saw with Sabin. All right, she's never published an ebook before, no knowledge of doing anything extreme as it relates to internet marketing, and she just crushed it right out the gate because she followed my system. Right, this also works for the more advanced folks. Like I said, I've taught a lot of gurus and the guys that are 6 and 7 and 8-figure marketers, and they're just doing really well with this. It works for stay-at-home moms. I've got a neighbor of mine up the street who's a school teacher, and she's just crushing it with this. It works for college kids, seniors, right, who are looking for ways to supplement their income. It works for teenagers, like I said, my own daughter. It works for authors. Whether you're a fact or fiction author, it doesn't matter what you're writing, this works, all right? And then, of course, I talk about how to position yourself either way. It works for speakers and consultants and network marketers, people who have products or affiliate marketers. It works for professionals and dentists and lawyers and accountants. And as a matter of fact, you can actually take the system and provide a service to professionals and dentists and lawyers and people like that who know that they need a book and who know they need an ebook because they need that visibility to draw in more clients, but they just don't know how to do it. So you can make additional money by providing that service. I've got a lot of students, as you'll see in the Facebook group, that are doing just that, and they're just making a killing doing it, as well as publishing their own ebooks. This will work for anyone in any country at all skill levels. As you saw, Sabin is in Germany. All right, so she's doing it there. So you don't just have to be in the U.S. Now, I had two choices when I was putting this course together. The first choice was to go as cheap as possible and try to sell as many as possible. And if I did that, it wouldn't incentivize me to really stack the value on for you. Right? That's why you see a lot of courses that are out there from folks who are not really making money doing this, but they're selling a $10 course. Right? You can't learn from someone that's not getting results. Right, so that was my first option. Either I can try to go as cheap as possible and just really, leave a lot out, or I could go with the second option, which requires a little higher investment, but in exchange, I'm able to devote more resources to guarantee your success. Okay, I can share my team with you. I can share our test results. I can share what works with you on a regular basis. So it's not like when you get the course, you're left on your own. I'm continuously there holding your hand, okay? Here's a testimonial that I got from another one of my students. It was one of my top students. His name is Darren. He's over in Perth, Australia, and he's actually in the Facebook group as well. You'll see him over there. He says, Ty, this has been my best month so far with 258 sales to date with only 3 titles. I'm very happy with the progress considering my circumstances. Now, Darren had a really rough time not too long ago, a few years ago. Actually, he went through bankruptcy. The recession hit him hard when we were going through that period, and he says, I just wanted to say thank you again. I can see the end of a tunnel. So when he first sent this, I said, Darren, that's awesome. Do you mind if I use your testimonial? And then a few days later, he sent me another one. He says, yes, Ty, you can use it. But now I'm up to 336 sales as we speak. So, just in about 48 hours, he made another 100 sales, which was I was just blown away by that. That's what I like to see. I like to see my students get results. That's what it is for me, because I'm always going to make money with doing this, right? But for me to be able to have other people that do well with it, that's what really blows me away. He says, I'm happy with that. I was hoping for 200 sales this month, so he's really happy. I'm going to try for 1,000 sales a month starting next month. And actually, Darren blew this way. He's doing way more than 1,000 sales a month now, as you'll see in just a moment. He says, thank you, Ty. And again, he's in Perth, Australia, so it just proves, again, that you don't have to be in the U.S. to do this. You can do this anywhere, all right? Now, this was another testimonial that I got from Darren. He actually had put this in the Facebook group. He says, Ty, over the last year, I've continued to follow the Kindle cash flow system, and I'm now doing $20,000 per month in sales, all right? And he's just crushing it right now. All right, Darren is one of those guys who'll say, Ty, can we get on Skype? And we'll get on Skype for a few minutes, or he'll ask me a question on Facebook, and we'll do that. And he takes it and he applies what I give him. All right, so I want you to do the same thing as well. right? So what you'll get, let's talk about this. You'll get the setup, again, how to set up your account, how to get started quickly, what not to do so you don't get burned, and you don't get banned. Kindling for profits, right? How to find the right niche and readers. Niches that sell and readers that buy, right? You'll also get the buyer magnet. This is, like I said, it's one of the most critical components because it shows you how to put all of the must-have elements into place. These are the elements that will make your ebook sell. We're talking about the cover, the pricing, your title, your descriptions, your reviews. Right? You can't just go in and slap this stuff together. There's a systematic approach to doing this, and I share all of that with you in the course. You'll also get the KDP cash extraction, right? Secret ways to use the Kindle Direct Publishing platform to make more money than most people will ever make. Okay? And again, the total value of all of these elements, these modules, is $8,991. And I want to give away some bonuses as well. How many people want bonuses? Who likes bonuses? All right? Who likes bonuses? Let's see. Because the more people that say they like bonuses, the more bonuses I'm going to give away. Rose says, I do. Donna says, yes. Awesome. Okay, we're getting, yes, yes, yes. Of course, says Ryan. So here, for the first 30 people that get in, you're also going to get this bonus. And this is called the Google Kindle Crunch. Now, this is a separate little mini course where in it, I show you how to get your ebook listed in Google. Remember I talked about this, right? The importance of being able to get your ebook listed in Google and how this accounts for 30% of my sales, all right? This is crucial, right? This alone is worth about $2,000. And again, if you're one of the first 30 people to jump on board, you're going to get this bonus right here as well, all right? So you're going to get that. And the second bonus that you're going to get, if you're one of the first 20 people, all right, you're going to get, if you're one of the first 20, you're going to get this bonus as well as the other, all right? Bonus. If you're one of the first 30, you're just going to get the other bonus. You're going to get what I call the money multiplicity. And this is a course that shows you how to publish the same content to the Barnes & Noble's Nook Press platform as well as Apple's iBooks platform. All right, so this gives you triple your eBooks exposure. So you can take that same ebook, the one ebook, and then go and publish it to these other platforms as well. So you're publishing it to Amazon, Kindle Direct Publishing. You're also publishing it to the Barnes & Noble's Nook Press platform, and you're also publishing it to the Apple iBooks platform to get triple the exposure for your ebooks, all right? So you're going to get that bonus as well if you're in the first 20, all right? So, again, it's a physical course. We ship this out everywhere, all right? Doesn't matter where you live at. You could be in Germany, the United Kingdom. You can be in Australia, Mexico, Russia. I literally have students that are literally across the globe, all right? So let's talk about what you'll get again. You'll get the setup, how to set up your account, how to get started quickly, what not to do so you don't get banned. You're also going to get Kindling for profits, finding the right niche and readers, niches that sell and readers that buy, right? This is important because if you're doing this, like as you saw when I first made my mistake, I thought I assumed what people would want to buy. I thought I knew, all right? And I made the biggest mistake because I made one sell that month. It wasn't until I went in and I tweaked my system and I spoke to Rich and I got some insider info and things like that I went up to, you know, that $2,200 in the first 2 weeks, all right? And then you're also going to get the buyer magnet. These are the critical must-have elements that will make your ebook sell. The cover, the pricing, the description, the titles, the reviews, things that you must include in a way that you must set them up. You'll also get KDP cash extraction. Again, these are the secret ways to use the Kindle Direct Publishing platform to make more money than most people ever will. All right, you're also going to get the bonuses, right? That bonus number one, if you're one of the first 30 people to go in and order, you're going to get the Google Kindle Crunch method, which will show you how to get your ebooks listed in Google and increase those sales. Now, if you're one of the first 20 people to order, you're also going to get the money multiplicity. So you're going to get both of these bonuses, all right? Money multiplicity will show you how to triple your ebooks exposure by also being able to take that one ebook, all right, or the 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, however many you plan on publishing, and being able to publish those ebooks also to the Barnes & Noble's Nook platform as well as to Apple's iBooks platform. Now, with both of those bonuses included, the total value of this entire package is $11,985, right? Now, I want to ask you a question. If all this did for you, right, once you got the course, was to finally allow you to generate a consistent, hands-free passive income every month, would it be worth it? All right, yes or no? If all this did for you was to finally allow you to generate a consistent, hands-free passive income every month, would it be worth it? Donna says yes. Rose, Kim, Ryan, Donna, everyone says yes here. All right? Now, another question is, if all this did for you was to give you, we talked about procrastination, and a few of you guys even said that you are procrastinators, right? If all it did was to give you that kick in the butt to finally get you moving and making money online, would it be worth it? Right? How many times have you purchased something and you just never took action, right? If all this did for you was to get you some results, because that's all it takes, right? That's going to be it. Once you see that first sell, that's all it takes. You'll then start to remove the mental blocks, and you'll then be able to say, okay, well, I got one sell. Now imagine if I could do this again and again and again. So if all this did for you was to give you that kick in the butt to finally get you moving and making money online, would it be worth it? All right, think about that. And if all this did for you was to give you, 2 or 3 eBooks that each brought in $500 per month to pay a bill, or maybe to save, or to pay a car note, or to put towards your mortgage or your rent, would it be worth it? That would be a huge change, right? Okay, what's one ebook worth to you, right? Now, like I said, on average, I see where one ebook can bring in about $500 a month if you're including all of the elements the way that I show you how to do. Right? Now, I've got some that bring in $800 a month. I've got some that bring in $1,500 a month. As you saw with Sabin, she's got the one ebook that is bringing her $1,000 a month. How much would you pay to get one great selling ebook per month? How about per week or per day? I've got ebooks that sell every single day like clockwork, 24 hours a day. All right, so what's that one ebook work for you? Now you can see why people are paying up to $20,000 plus giving me 10% of their profits, their royalties, up to $100,000 to set this up for them, because it's worth it, right? That's why they see. I've had a ton of these top guys that pay huge money for me to go in and set this up for them, because they see that the value's there, all right, and they see the return. So if you got to the point where, like my student Darren DeVry, the guy who's over in Perth, Australia, and you're making $20,000 a month, would it make sense to pay me just $10,000 one time to set this up with you? Then every sell after that month is pure profit, right? Okay. Now, you can see why it's a good deal at $5,000 even. Okay. So normally, for the general public, it's $1,997. $1,997, the entire course. But because you're special, right, you can get started now for just $997 today. And I'm even going to waive the royalties, so you don't have to pay royalties or anything like that, like my $20,000 clients do. So what you're going to do is you can either click the button below if you're watching a replay, or you can sign up here. Now, you can't click onto this link. Right, you actually have to type this into your browser. So you'll type in www.kindlecashflow.com/go, or lowercase, www.kindlecashflow.com/go, or lowercase. And I want you to stay to the end because we're going to be giving away that Kindle. All right, so stay to the end, and then we're also going to answer some questions for you as well. All right, now I also want to give away an additional bonus. Now this is for the first 10 people. I'm going to give you your own virtual assistant. All right, you can have this person. You're going to be able to get to use him or her for 40 hours. All right, this is a $600 value, and this is something that is actually costing me. So I can only limit it to the first 10 people. So the first 10 people, you're going to get the first bonus, you're going to get the second bonus, you're going to get the third bonus, as well as the entire course. Right? This is something that's actually coming out of my pocket, and it's costing me $6,000 to pay for these 10 virtual assistants that you can use. So, and you can use them to research topics for you. You can use them to come up with title ideas, to help write out the descriptions for you, to communicate with your writer, or anything else that you can think of, including working on some of your other businesses. All right? All right, so if you have questions, go in, put them into the chat box. I'm going to answer every single question. I just want to cover what you're going to get again, so there's total clarity. You're going to get the setup. all right, which is a $997 value. If this is setting up your account the right way, I'll show you how to go in and get started quickly, show you what not to do so you don't get banned and you don't put your Amazon account in jeopardy, especially after you do well with this stuff. You don't want that. You're also going to get Kindling for Profits. This is valued at $1,497. And this is finding the right niche and readers. I'm talking about niches that sell and readers that buy. You don't want people who are just tire kickers, right? I found a way to eliminate those folks and just to target the people that are willing to spend money. You'll get the buyer magnet, which is valued at $2,997, all right? And this is critical. These are all of the must-have elements that will make your ebook sizzle. It'll make it sell, all right? It'll make it sell month after month, year after year. This is the elements that include your cover, your pricing, your title, your description, how to get the reviews that you need, right? And then you'll also get the KDP cash extraction, which is valued at $3,500. These are the secret ways to use Kindle, direct publishing, to make more money than most people ever will, all right? Especially if they have none of this in place, all right? That's the mistake that most people have. They don't have the 4.5 years of experience that I have. They don't have the 4.5 years of testing. They don't have the Amazon Insider information that I have as a result of me being part of their beta program and having that relationship with my representative here. You're also going to get that bonus, the Google Kindle Crunch, which will show you how to get your ebooks listed in Google, right? Which will in turn increase your sales. Like I said, just having my ebooks listed in Google and coming up in search results accounts for about 30% of my sales, and that's a $1,997 value. You're also going to get the second bonus, and that is the Money Multiplicity program. You'll get that module as well, which shows you how to triple your ebook exposure by being able to take the same content and publish it to the Apple iBook Store and the Barnes & Noble's Nook. And then if you're in the first 10 to go in and place your order, you also get bonus number 3, which is your own virtual assistant. You can use him or her for 40 hours to do anything. They can help you with anything, okay? And that's a real $600 value that you'll see there as well. So the total value of everything, when you add everything up, comes out to $12,585, right? And this is where it's at, guys. You can get started right now for just $997 today. I'm even going to waive the royalties, as I mentioned earlier, so you don't have to pay that 10%. The URL is kindlecashflow.com/go. And again, I'm limiting these bonuses because I just want to work with the folks that are really diehard about seeing results. You know, we all have disposable income, and that's the income that we're going to spend on something regardless. It's going to be spent on something, right? If you can spend that income on something that's not going to make you money, or you can spend it on something that's going to make you money. And as a matter of fact, Robert Kiyosaki of Rich Dad, Poor Dad fame, he says poor people spend money on liabilities. And those are the things that once you spend the money, it's gone. You're never going to see it again. Rich people spend money on assets. And these are things that make your money make money for you, okay? You want to be in this category right here. You want to be part of a group that spend money on assets, all right? You can have either money or you can have excuses, but you can't have both. And, you know, most people have a misconception about money. Money is nothing more than a tool. It's just something that helps you get to the next point. You know, me being able to publish and have money at my disposal and do well with this allows me to, you know, have savings put away for our children's college when they go to school, to be able to put my children in private schools, and to be able to send my children to have them in different activities and things like that, and for us to take vacations. Just last year alone, we were on 4 vacations, right? Year before that, I was on 6 vacations. Okay, just got back from San Diego, and we just got back from ziplining in Honduras, and I mean, we're just all over the place, and that's because you're able to use money as a tool when you're doing things the right way. So again, that URL is kindlecashflow.com/go. Now, at this point, you have 2 choices. The first option is you can do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is, you know, it's 100% risk-free. Okay, it's 100% risk-free. Or you can pony up this small, tiny investment today compared to all of the value that you'll receive in return, and just give it a shot. I mean, just give it a shot. If anything, you know, if it works out, then that's awesome. That's great. That's what I want. And if not, just ask for your money back and you'll get it. This comes with a full 30-day money-back guarantee. Okay? I want it to work out for you. I want you to be my next testimonial. Right? As a matter of fact, here's one of my crazy guarantees that I put together just for you guys. All right? Now, there's 3 parts to this guarantee, and no one has ever seen this before because I want this to work for you. All right? The first part is research. I guarantee if you can't find a hot topic to create your first ebook around, I will personally help you to get started. So if you can't find a hot topic to create your first ebook around, I will personally help you to get started. All right? The second part of this guarantee is outsourcing. All right? I know for a lot of people it can be intimidating to go in and outsource, right? To hire someone, especially if you've never done that before. So if you can't find someone to write your ebooks for you, I will give you access to one of my best writers who will write your first ebook for under $100. All right? This is how sure I am that this will work for you when you put all the elements in place. Now, the other thing is, the third part to this guarantee is sales. If after 60 days you're not making at least $500 an ebook, I will have one of my top coaches jump on a call with you to help kickstart your sales. So these are the 3 parts to this guarantee. Does that make sense to you? All right. I want you to know that there's total transparency here, and there's no shenanigans or anything like that. So my 30-day guarantee is you sign up today. If you don't like it for any reason, I don't care if it's like 29 days, 23 hours, and 59 minutes from now. Just let me know, and we'll give you your money back. All right? So that's my 30-day guarantee. You have nothing to risk here. Now, the real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? Which, if it does, even half of what I've claimed today on this webinar, it'll pay for itself 5 times over once you publish your first few ebooks, right? All right, so we did the math, and you saw how that works, right? So with other opportunities, like if you invest in, let's say, a franchise, Starbucks or McDonald's or something like that, it can take 3 to 5 years to get your initial investment back. With this, you get 5 times back with the first couple of ebooks you publish. All right, so does that make sense? Okay. Now, there's a tale of 2 people here that I like to share sometimes, and I was talking to my son about this earlier. There's 2 different people, right? There's who I like to call Timid Tommy. And Timid Tommy is the guy that says, I don't know if this is going to work, or I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can go and outsource and hire people to write my ebooks for me. I don't know if I'll get the same results. Maybe Ty's smarter than me. Maybe he knows something special. Timid Tommy is the guy that comes up with all of the excuses. Timid Tommy is the guy that he just has every reason why something won't work. How many people know people like that? These are not the people that I want to be associated with. This is not the group that I want to be involved with. All right? Once I moved away from this group many years ago, all right, I started to see amazing results. And if you ask anyone who's successful, there's a difference. Once you start to change your mindset and you move away from being a timid Tommy or a timid Tammy if you're a female, you start to see different results. And then we have the other guy, Brave Bob. Brave Bob is the guy who sees an opportunity. He says, I know this can work. I know it's going to work for me. It has a money-back guarantee, so I don't have anything to risk. All right? This is going to be the change for me. All right? So these are the individuals that I want to work with. If you're the timid Tommy, you can, it was great having you, but there's nothing that I can do for you. If you're willing to be the Brave Bob and you're willing to just take that leap of faith, and I welcome you aboard. I want you to be part of this group. Right? You are who this is for. So I want to show you what to do next. If you're the Brave Bob and you're on board with me, I want you to go over to kindlecashflow.com/go. And what you're going to do is once you get there, you're going to see this is what the order page is going to look like. All right? You'll see a reiteration of everything that you're going to get here. And if you're one of the first 10, you're going to see where your virtual assistant bonus is listed there. If not, then it'll disappear. You'll see if you're one of the first 20, you'll see all the bonuses there, right? And then you go in, you fill out your first name, your last name, email address. You put your best phone number here, street address, city, state, postal code, and your country. Now, if you're outside of the United States and street address, not street address, but state doesn't apply to you, just put NA. Don't put it this way, just put NA. You don't have to put the /. Just put NA. If you don't have second street address, you can just put your main address, everything on this first line, and then you can put NA here, all right? You don't have to put the /, just put NA, all right? So, and then you're going to put in, if your shipping address, because this is a physical program, if your shipping address is different than your billing address, you'll put that here. You'll put your credit card type here, your card number there, and then you'll scroll down, you'll hit submit, all right? And again, we ship this out globally. It doesn't matter where you're at. You can be in the UK, you can be in Canada, Australia, Mexico, Russia, Italy, France. I literally have students that are all across the planet that are here. So again, what you'll get the setup, right? It's that $9.97 value. You get to see how you set up your account. You get to learn how to get started quickly, what not to do so you don't get banned. You'll get Kindling for Profits, which is a program that shows you, this is in this module you'll learn how to find the right niche and readers. All right, niches that sell and readers that buy. Okay, people that buy. And then in the buyer magnet, you get to learn how to include the critical must-have elements that will make your ebook sell. These are the cover, the title, the pricing, the descriptions, the reviews, and how to set those up the correct way. You'll also get KDP cash extraction, okay, which is a $3,500 value. And this teaches you the secret ways to use Kindle Direct Publishing to make more money than most people ever will if they try to do this on their own, simply because they don't have all of the other elements, right? It's like a puzzle. You have to have all of the pieces. And I give you all of that in this course. You'll also get bonus number 1, which is the Google Kindle Crunch. And this shows you how to go in and get your ebooks listed in Google, ranked in Google, so you increase your sales. All right, you'll get bonus number 2, which is the money multiplicity, and this shows you how to take that same content, your ebooks, and list those on the Apple iBook store and within the Barnes & Noble's Nook store so that you can triple your ebooks exposure. You'll also get bonus number 3, which is your own virtual assistant. That's if you're one of the first 10 to get in. I'm not sure if these are still available. You'll be able to tell that on the order form. But if you're one of the first 10, you'll get your own virtual assistant. You'll use her for 40 or him for 40 hours, and you'll be off to the races. So the total value is $12,585, and it's an awesome value. Now, you'll also get, this is for everyone, you'll also get access to our private Facebook group where you can get to surround yourself with successful people. You'll see people from all levels here. People that are new, like you may be, people that are more advanced. You'll see myself, some of my other coaches that are in this group. You can get to ask questions. You get updates on new things that I find, new test results. You get to share ideas with other students as well as myself. You get to brainstorm ideas, and you get help, right? So there's nothing better than being able to surround yourself with people that are moving in the same direction, that have the same goal as yourself, all right? So you get access to that Facebook group. Now, take a look at the Facebook group. There's a lot of activity that takes place here. All right. Here, let's look at some of the things that people are saying. Knowledge and experience with others without holding back. I currently have different businesses online, with Amazon Publishing being a new venture of mine. This group gives me the confidence to pursue this, knowing that I have such support behind me. Actually, this group is my favorite group online. I wish I had more time to spend here to learn and share my knowledge with everyone else. All right, here's what I think it's Bert. I actually blanked it out a bit here. It says, brought such support and encouragement to this place. I'm not sure how you guys brought such support and encouragement to this place, but it sure is welcome. Here's one of our coaches, Tom Jandula. Tom says, thank you. It's only going to get better. I have been working on a few ideas which I think you guys will love. Watch this space. Tom is from the UK, and Tom is just one of the awesome coaches in there. Here's one of my favorite students here. Linda actually got started with Kindle Publishing with the course a while ago, and she took a little bit of time off. She says, I got Ty's program last year, and I'm so glad I did. I made several $1,000s last year, and that's after stopping writing after several months. Linda chose to write her own ebooks, which is perfectly fine. You can do that if you're a writer, right? I just don't, because I don't like writing. She says, however, even after stopping, I started writing books again about 3 months ago. I write them also. I have others write for me. So she's writing hers, and she's outsourcing them. I'm so glad to be involved with Kindle. Right? So there's a lot of activity in this group, and when you get involved, you'll see that. Now, if you didn't sign up immediately, right, there's one of two reasons. Number one, you don't think you can come up with book ideas that sell. And I got to tell you that's got to be the furthest thing from the truth. Like I said, there's millions and millions of ideas that are out there, all right? The second reason is you're nervous about putting it all in place. And if you are, you shouldn't be. This is easy. It's actually one of the easiest things that I've done as it relates to internet marketing in years, all right? Because Amazon makes it easy. Because again, as we talked about at the beginning of this, Amazon makes money every time you make money. So it's in their best interest to get you to make money and help you make money, right? And the third reason is if you're not involved yet, if you didn't sign up yet, you think it's too expensive, all right? And if that's the case, then I don't know what to tell you, because, I mean, you saw the results. You saw what's possible with this, right? The investment itself will be something that becomes an asset, all right? This is an asset. It's not a liability, especially if you put it into place. Again, here's a screenshot from my bank statement. Just nearly $30,000 in sales in 1 month. And guys, I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing special about me. As you know, I've got a huge ego, and I'd love to say something opposite, but there's nothing special about me. I'm no different than you. I personally can't write an ebook to save my life. As a matter of fact, I failed English 101 twice in school. Not once, but twice. So it doesn't get any worse than that. I mean, I've spent nearly 5 years of trial and error and thousands discovering the secrets that I'm giving you today for a small, one-time only intelligent investment. And I say intelligent investment because that's exactly what this is. All right? Now, you can spend countless hours doing it the hard way, or you can go in and take this cheat sheet, this shortcut that I'm giving you, and again, you can go in and get access at kindlecashflow.com/go. And with that, I want to say thank you for attending. You know, you can get started there with the whole entire program. And if you still have questions about what's involved, I'll go over this one more time. And what you get the setup, which is a $997 value, and that is setting up your account. I show you how to go in and do that the right way, so that it's structured the right way from the very beginning. I show you how to get started quickly and what not to do so you don't get your account banned, you don't jeopardize it, and you don't publish low quality content, right? PLR stuff and things like that. You don't want to do that. Everything should be high quality. You also get the Kindling for Profits module, which is valued at $1,497, and this is finding the right niche and readers. These are niches that sell and readers that buy. So people that are not tire kickers, they actually will spend money with you. Those are folks that you want. You also get the Buyer Magnet module, which is valued at $2,997, and this is, you know, these are all of the critical must-have elements that will make your ebook sell. If you leave any of these out in a way that I structure them, after years of testing and finding out what works and what doesn't work, if you leave any of these out, you just will get lackluster results. So I show you how to include all of these and how to make it work. The cover, the pricing, the title, I left title out, the descriptions, the reviews, all right? You'll also get the KDP cash extraction model, which is a $3,500 value. And these are the secret ways to use the Kindle direct publishing platform to make more money than most people ever will. All right, you'll get those bonuses. The first bonus, which is if you're one of the first 30, you'll get that Google Kindle Crunch module, which will show you how to get your ebook listed in Google, which will increase your sales as well. As I said, about 30% of my sales come from ebooks that are listed in Google. You'll get bonus number 2, which is the money multiplicity. And this actually triples your ebook exposure by allowing you to go in, or I should say showing you how to go in and also publish your ebooks on Amazon, on Apple's iBook Store platform, as well as the Barnes & Noble's Nook platform. All right, and that's valued at $997. And then if you're one of the first 10, you'll also get that bonus number 3, which is your own virtual assistant for 40 hours. You can use that person to go in and help you with just a slew of different things. All right. Now, again, the value, total value of everything here is $12,585. You can go in and get the program at kindlecashflow.com. It will ship out first thing tomorrow morning. Our fulfillment house, they are fast, so you'll get this thing quickly. All right. Again, first 10 people, you'll get your own virtual assistant who can help you with researching topics, coming up with title ideas, writing out your descriptions, communicating with your writer, or anything else that you can think of, including working on some of your other businesses. If you're doing other things, and you get that person for 40 hours free of charge. I'm paying for this, right? And because I have to pay for this, this actually comes out of my pocket. I just wanted to really do something special for this webinar. This bonus is only available for the first 10 people only. Okay, so you'll know if you got in if you see it still available on the order form. You can check out that order form at kindlecashflow.com/go, all lowercase. I'm going to answer some questions now, and if you have questions, let's go in and do that. You can get started right now for just $9.97, and let's see what kind of questions are coming in. Rose says, how long is the entire course? Awesome, Rose. So that's a great question. I like that. So you can actually go through the course in a weekend if you wanted to. I've got some students. It's up to you, literally. All right, so I've got some students that are able to go through it in a weekend, and I've got some students that are able to go through it in a couple of days. Okay, so it's up to you. It's at your pace. So it's something that you can do. DVDs, right? You can play them on any DVD player, any Blu-ray video player, any computer that has a DVD slot, and you can go in and you can just go in and it's a combination of DVDs, booklets, and things like that as well. So you can go in and consume it at your pace. Okay. So Rose says that's awesome. I like the enthusiasm, Rose. Awesome. I love this group. You guys are just so. I love the interaction here and the questions and things like that. So let's see. Ryan says, how much promotion do you do in order to see $500 per book, or does the traffic flow organically from Amazon alone? The traffic flows from Amazon. Now, in the course, I do show a few things that you can use to kickstart your traffic and your visibility. But other than that, I should probably be spending money to promote some of my books, but I really don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't. So, but there are some things that you can do if you wanted to. Okay? You're welcome, Ryan. Let's see. Ryan says this has to work. Awesome. I love that. So let's say more questions. Go and ask your questions, and I'm gonna save this to the very end. Picking our winner here. All right. So I want to go back and answer a few more questions, and let me put up the slide here that shows everything that you're going to get while I answer these questions here. So if you have questions, do you use the same for all or a different pen name for each one of your ebooks? Good question, Donna. Donna, you're on the roll. So here's the thing. I use the same pen name for each genre of ebooks. So for each category of ebooks. So let's say if I have an ebook that deals with how to buy and sell cars, and then I've got another one that deals with how to become a wholesaler of cars, then I might use the same pen name for both of those ebooks. But then if I have an ebook that teaches how to grow Japanese tomatoes, then I'll use a different pen name. Okay, so and that's perfectly okay with Amazon's terms of service. All right, so does that make sense? All right, absolutely okay. Donna says that makes total sense. Thank you. Let's see, what else? What other questions do we have here? I'm still let's see, what else? What is your commission structure? Say if you sell a $5 book, what does Amazon take and you get? Great question, Ryan. So Amazon gives you the lion's share. They take 30% and you keep 70%. So unlike most affiliate programs where you'll get 10% or 20%, you get 70%. All right, so that's huge here. You don't see that often, right? Ryan says, what stops somebody from stealing your idea when you use a pen name? Well, I don't share my pen names. I don't tell people what names I publish ebooks under. Okay. Yoli says, do you have a separate Amazon account for each pen name? No, I don't. Actually, you know what? That's a great question, Yoli. You don't want to have more than one Amazon account. I highly advise against that. Okay. One Amazon account, just one. All right. Again, you don't want to do something that's going to put you in jeopardy. Rose says, do you worry about plagiarism? No, I don't, Rose, because especially I've got a way to check for that as well, and I talk about that in the course. But here's the thing. Once you get a writer that's good and you guys start to get a rapport, then you can trust that person. I've literally hired dozens of writers. I've probably hired about 50 or 60 or so writers over the years, and I've never had a problem with plagiarism before. Okay? So, but great question. I love that. Ryan says that's good, 30%, 70%, even if it is your product. Absolutely. All right? Because think about it. Most affiliate programs, you get 40%, you get 50%, right? I mean, there's a lot of affiliate products that I've promoted where you only get 30, 40%, 50% at max, right? So again, first 10 people, you get the virtual assistant for 40 hours. You'll get the entire course shipped out to you. And since you stayed until the end, I want to choose a lucky winner. So I want to, let's see, I'm going to ask a question. Whoever gets it right, they're going to win the Kindle, all right? And we'll ship that out to you, so I'll need to get your address as well. Let's see, Ryan has another question. He says, do you do most of your books as electronics, or do you also do physical? I don't publish any physical books now. It's just a nightmare. I mean, for the amount of money that you make, it's just a lot easier to publish digital ebooks, Kindle books. Yeah, it's just a lot easier, right? So I was just ecstatic once the Kindle Direct Publishing platform came on board and I saw the results. Okay, so let's see. So I'm going to ask a question here. What are the 2 steps to this entire process? First person that can get that right will win the Kindle. What are the 2 steps? I talked about the 2-step process. What are the 2 steps? Ryan is fast. He says research and creation. Absolutely. So you go in and you do the research, right, Ryan? So you go in, and Ryan, you're the winner, so congratulations. You go in, you do the research, you find out what topic that you want to publish your ebook around. You find out if the market is big enough. You find out if there's demand, right? And then you go in and you have your ebook created, whether you're going to write it yourself or whether you're going to outsource it, right? And, of course, you guys know what I choose. What do I choose? I choose to have it outsourced, right? So, Ryan, if you can go in and list your address there. Actually, you know what? Let me give you an email address to send your address to. Okay, if you can go in and send it there. I'm actually going. We will get that out to you. Okay, congratulations, says Kim. Hey, let's give Ryan a big congratulations, folks, all right? So, Ryan, I just sent you. All right? Everyone's congratulating you. Hey, awesome work, Ryan. Awesome work. And you should give yourself a big congratulations as well for sticking on and taking action as well. Everyone that's on board, you know, I'm grateful to have you guys. Can't wait to have you tear into the program and see what you think about it. And you're gonna love this. Trust me. It's amazing. It's something that, you know, it just works. It just works. Again, it works for people of all walks of life. It works for people that are in all parts of the globe, and it's just fantastic. All right. So with that said, I've got some crap coming up here. Jason, do you have any closing words? This is the last slide, the last of the Mohegans here before we close out. Actually, you know what? I think Jason might be. I had to mute Jason earlier because there was some background noise that was coming in. Can you hear now, Jason? Yeah,
I'm still here. I'm still hanging out.
Okay.
Yeah, this has been great. Just a lot of great information, and one of the cool things, actually, one of the coolest things about Kindle that really got me excited about it, you didn't even touch upon in the presentation, I noticed in your course, though, is that through the KDP Select program, you can actually do a lot of internal promotions within Kindle for free. And Kindle will blast your book out and promote it. You can do this every few months and get these huge tidal waves of traffic and of downloads, which lead into tidal waves of sales, just utilizing the internal mechanism within the Kindle publishing platform, which is awesome. I mean, there's not a lot of traffic sources or merchants or e-commerce type outlets that allow you to kind of hit the turbo button and have your stuff just go off the charts. And once you get into the program, you'll understand how it works. But once I saw that when I first got into Kindle, I was blown away that Amazon has that ability to just, as I said, hit the power button and do internal promotion right within your Kindle dashboard and to make things rock. So it's pretty awesome. Are you still there?
Actually, yes, I am here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Good point. And we talk about those in the course as well, and the different promotions. And Amazon has new things that they're always testing and tweaking as well. So There's just so many. Again, they put all of these elements in place because they want to see you have results, especially if you have good content that their customer base is going to get value from. All right, so good point, absolutely. All right. And let's see here. If we don't have any more, do we have any more questions that are coming in here? Going once, going twice. All right, I think we've covered all of your questions here. So it looks like it was a fun group here. I like the interaction here, and I like the questions, and we've got a lot of responses that came in and things like that. So you guys are right on point. I appreciate having you. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Donna, Kim. Thank you, Ryan, and everyone else that was on. And most importantly, thank you, Jason, for having me on as well. I appreciate the time, and you're
my pleasure.
A lovely bunch here.
Hey, my pleasure. And thanks for giving us some great information to mull over as we jump into Kindle.
Absolutely. And if you're still sitting on the fence, make sure you write down the URL, kindlecashflow.com/go, in case you need to talk it over with a spouse or significant or a business partner. That way you have the URL at your disposal, and you're in. All right? So with that said, everyone have a good day, good night, whatever it is during your part of the world there, and I'll see you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.